call meeting to order for Wednesday, November 9th at 5:15 p.m. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Zerlo, would you please conduct the roll?
Mr. Castine.
Present.
Mr. Zio.
Here.
Mr. Hall.
Here.
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Mr. Kretzer.
Here.
Mr. Perrier.
Here.
Mr. Potiker.
Here.
Mr. Timmons.
Here.
Ms. Waldron is asked to be excused. You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. All legislators have received a copy of the minutes. If there are no additions, deletions, corrections, I will take a motion. Motion by legislator Kretzer, second by legislator Hall. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I will now recognize those in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the legislature. Please raise your hand if you'd like to be recognized. State your name and address for the record and in accordance with the rules of order. All speakers will have 5 minutes. Is there anybody who'd like to speak in closed session? No.
Silly, we're gonna wait.
We're
gonna wait.
Just making
Mr.
sure.
Mark, I'd just like to say thank you. For the last 4 months, I was afforded the opportunity to sell vegetables in the lobby. And Mike, I don't know how much the legislators know about this. It had been gone on, I don't think it's been done since COVID, okay? The previous person that did it has passed, but I just wanted to say thank you. Mike, you were here, I think you're the only one that was here. Oh, this gotta be 15 years ago. I came to you because I wanted to be able to get the county's support, to be able to get the vouchers. And since those vouchers have come out, it's just not WIC, it's just not veterans, it's just not food stamps. You know, there's veterans coupons that were all afforded to the farmers markets. And we won't discuss the farmers markets, but I guess the thing that I want to say thank you for is the opportunity to do it. As time went on, some people looked forward to it. You know, and at the end, I was here for 1 day of early voting, and one lady said, "Why don't you stay till early voting's over?" I said, "Man, you know, it's getting late in the season here. We're in November, you know." But your staff did a super job of promoting it. I was supported by you know, employees of the county, and without the health department that you've got, you know, you guys should be very, very thankful, because there's it's called Double Up, okay? And what happens is if somebody spends $20 on their food stamp card, whether it's meat or vegetables that they buy, I can double them up to $20. If they spend 40, I can still only give them 20. And that's, the health department is the one that found this program, you know. I sat here for 6 years, and sometimes the health department wasn't always popular, but I tell you what, you can be very proud of this health department in this county, because if there's a grant, they're gonna find it. And these grants aren't just putting people to work, you know, they're feeding people, and it's a two-way street. You know, they're just not feeding people, they're helping the farmers in this area. And I think this county's done a very good job of keeping things local the best they can. And I just want to say thank you. And if I'm afforded the opportunity to do it next year, I will. And if I'm not, I hope somebody's in here to do it, because I think it's a very, very good.
So just for everybody's sake, we traditionally we had gone out and seeking proposals to do the service that Mr. Dyer just outlined, and we'd pick them out of a hat. And you know, as Sam said, one of the other folks who provided the service is no longer with us. So you know, as long as other people don't inquire, you know, if there's other people who want to do it, we try to make it as fair as possible. Dyer, Shields, Dyer, whatever we're going under, does a very good job. So we'll be very pleased to continue our service with them. But as far as the public's concerned, you know, we will do a fair and equitable process if there's others that are interested.
Well, I just want to say thank you, because it's worked well, and you know, it's just another thing that this body and the administration of this county is doing that helps people. You know, and I'll tell you, business depends on how well things go in the motor vehicle office downstairs, you know. If they come out in good shape, it's good. If they're not happy, they go right to the front door. But, you know, all joking and kidding aside, you've got the veterans right there. This is a busy place, you know, and most of it, you know, it took a month or so for people to see what was going on, and even at the end, you'd still see people. You're here every day? No, I'm not here every day. I'm only here for 2 hours, you know, and then they get to the point where people were waiting for me, so, which was good, but I just wanted to say thank you, so. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Did I miss anyone? Thank you, sir. We'll now go to committee reports. I will call the chairperson of each committee in alphabetical order by committee, starting with Buildings and Grounds and Legislative Design.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. The Buildings and Grounds Committee has not met since the last regular session. The next Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 14th at 4 p.m. End of report. However,
Mr. Chairman, just to remind everybody, I know we saw the press release, but your clock tower is lit green for Operation Greenlight in support of our veteran community. We're urging the Association of Counties, as well as the National Association of Counties, is advocating this program, and hoping other municipalities and even individual households put a green bulb outside their home. So tonight when you go out, take a peek at the clock tower. It is lit green in honor of our veterans.
it's online.
Anything else, sir?
End of report.
Children and Family Services, Legislative Bachner.
Thank you, Chairman. The Children and Family Services Committee met on Tuesday, November 1st. John Redden, Commissioner of Social Services, was present to discuss several resolutions, including authorizing various contracts for the year 2023, authorizing Safe Harbor Grant application and acceptance, and authorizing American Rescue Plan Act Adult Protective Services Grant application and acceptance. Mr. Redden also discussed the Home Energy Assistance Program, the 2023 budget, the Public Health Emergency Extension, and the monthly statistics for October 2022. Resolutions number 807 through 822 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee recommendations. The next Children and Family Services Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, December 6th at 5:15 p.m. End of report.
Thank you. Economic Development, County Operations, do you have their report, Mr. Sherrill?
I do have it, but Chairman Timmons is going to provide that report.
Excellent.
Yes, on behalf of Patty's, I open the meeting tonight. The Economic Development and County Operations Committee met earlier. Tammy Lacey, the Director of Real Property, was present to discuss the resolution authorizing contract with Systems Development Group, SDG Incorporated. David Randall, the Director of Information Technology, was also present to discuss two resolutions authorizing FY 2020 Cybersecurity Grant Program acceptance and authorizing contract with the City of Plattsburgh. Mr. Randall also spoke to the committee about the disposal of surplus information technology assets. Glenn Cutter, the Planning Director, provided an update on Planning Department projects. Molly Ryan, the Economic Development Director, spoke about the website development, an update on Clinton Business Innovation Gateway, CBIG, and an update regarding Beta Technologies. Resolution 823-325 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next Economic Development County Operations Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, December 14th, 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you very much, sir. I believe that leads us right to Finance and you again.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the Finance Committee met on Wednesday, November 2nd. Kimberly Davis, the County Treasurer, was present to discuss the resolutions, including authorizing the County Treasurer to write off uncollectible weights and measures invoices, authorizing ongoing contract with Munistat Services Incorporated, and authorizing the County Treasurer to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act 2021 funds to various accounts. Ms. Davis also discussed the 2022 sales tax chart, third quarter of 2022 occupancy tax, and 2022-23 school installments. Resolutions 826 through 830 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The committee was also pulled on resolution 831. The next Finance Committee meetings are tentatively scheduled for Monday, November 29th on Tuesday, November 30th at 4 p.m. to review the 2023 budget and to report.
Thank you. Health, legislator Hughes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee met on Wednesday, November 2nd. Rochelle Gregory, the Director of Community Services, was present to discuss resolutions including authorizing contract amendment with National Alliance for the Mentally Ill of Champlain Valley and authorizing contract amendment with Root Compassion Counseling and Consulting, LLC. A discussion was also held on the law enforcement mental health referral system. Jeffrey Sesson, the Director of Public Health, was also in attendance to discuss the resolution authorizing contract with Chimera Integrations, LLC. Mr. Sisson also discussed the Director's report September 2022, the Health Department report for October 2022, the grant quarterly report for the third quarter of 2022, and Public Health Connection for October 2022. The committee also discussed the topic of biosolids. Why I'm mentioning biosolids tomorrow is, I know it's kind of late notice, but I just got notice today we're going to go up to Casella up in Chattagay, their organics plant tomorrow. They're going to give us a little presentation on what they do up there if anybody's interested. We're meeting up there at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and I have the address, so just...
So the plan, in addition to that, is for, you all know Ms. Padula came and spoke to the board on a couple of occasions, and she actually presented to the health committee last meeting. The plan is for that health committee to do a thorough evaluation of this topic and to invite all stakeholders over a period of time to discuss the topic with the health committee, and then obviously there should be a recommendation after that fact. So tomorrow, which I didn't know about, is
I
part,
just
no,
found
it's
out
part of,
today.
that's good, it's fine.
So-
It's part of the due diligence that the health committee is doing, so.
Yeah, and I get, Mr. Brazile, Mr. Casta, and Mr. Purdy are going to meet me up there as of now, and if anybody else does, let me know.
I will have my camera. Does DEC have any guidance or?
The DEC, we anticipate inviting Director Zaluski to a future health committee meeting.
That'll be one of the next steps. But,
So the biosolids are governed by DEC.
tomorrow should be very informative to find out what they're doing. I guess they've been changing certain things up there, so we'll have a little presentation tomorrow. They said it'd be about an hour, so. Resolutions 832 to 835 have been placed on today's agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next health committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, December 7th at 4:15 p.m. End of report.
Thank you, sir. Human Services, legislator Poirier.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Human Services Committee meeting met on Tuesday, November 1st. Darlene Collins, the Director of Office for the Aging, was present to discuss several resolutions, including authorizing annual updates to four-year plan and accepting annual implementation plan, authorizing memorandum of understanding with Clinton County Public Transit, and authorizing various contracts for the year 2021-2023. Wendy Bishop, the nursing home administrator was also in attendance to discuss two resolutions, including authorizing payment of memorandum minimum data set continuing education fee and authorizing various contracts for the year 2023. Kevin Wolf, the Director of Veteran Services, provided a handout on monthly statistics for October 2022. Resolutions 836 through 840 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendations. The next Human Services Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, December 6th at 4:15. End of report.
Thank you very much. Personnel, the Personnel Committee met on Monday, November 7th. Resolutions 841 have been placed on tonight's agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. And the remainder of the number of resolutions will be placed on the November 21st regular session. The next Personnel Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, December 5th at 5 p.m. Plattsburgh International Airport. Legislator Hall.
Thank you. Plattsburgh International Airport Committee has not met since the last regular session.
The next Plattsburgh International Airport Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, November 21st at 4 p.m. End of report.
Public Safety, Legislator Castine. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Public Safety Committee met on Monday, November 7th. Sheriff Favreau was present to discuss the resolutions awarding bids for inmate clothing, janitorial supplies, and personal care items for the year 2023, and authorizing contract amendment with J. Hogan Refrigeration and Mechanical, Inc. Dave Marcoux, the probation director, was also in attendance to present resolutions authorizing various contracts for the year 2023 and authorizing county pretrial services acceptance. Jamie Martineau, the public defender, discussed the resolutions authorizing contract with E.T. Harris & Son Incorporated and authorizing payment of membership dues. Chad Deans, the county coroner, presented several resolutions, including authorizing contract with Coroner M.E., authorizing contract with Glens Falls Hospital, and authorizing contract with Forensic Medical Services, PC. Resolutions 842 through 859 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendations. However, Resolution 857 has been tabled. The next Public Safety Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, December 5th at 4 p.m. End of report.
So just a quick clarification, that resolution was tabled in committee. We anticipate that coming to the full board based on a quorum issue. But so it is withdrawn on your agenda this evening. It was tabled at the Public Safety Committee, and they will readdress it at a future meeting.
Transportation, Legislator Kretzer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Transportation Committee has not met since the last regular session, and the next Transportation Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, November 14th at 5:15 p.m. That's the end of the report.
Thank you, sir. Anything further on that I missed? Liaison reports. Board of Health, Legislator Potter.
Just the Board of Health, next regular meeting is scheduled for the 21st, immediately following our legislature meeting at 7 p.m. If anybody would
We'll
like.
get you out on time, right?
Chamber of Commerce, Legislator Potter.
No report.
Clean Community College and Legislator Basayo.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The Click Community College Board of Trustees have not met since our last regular meeting. The next scheduled Board of Trustees meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, November 22nd at 5 p.m. End of report. So I will have some, no, I think I'm clear with my schedule. Just want to make sure finance isn't a conflict. End of report.
Community Services Board, Legislator Castine.
No report, sir.
Where are we? Cooperative Extension, Legislator Timmons.
No report.
Discipline Review, nothing. Grievance, nothing. Intercounty, anybody know anything in Intercounty? Patty?
I guess I can speak to it. Clinton County hosted Intercounty. It was the Patty's last meeting as Clinton County was also the chair of Intercounty this year, so that wraps up Clinton County's duties as chair for this cycle. We had a very good and informative tour of Beta Technologies. I can tell you that I think Intercounty was extremely impressed. NISAC staff that was there was extremely impressed. NISAC gave an update at the luncheon. So it was a good day, and I think we showcased Clinton County very well.
It was well, I attended that, it was excellent. Thank you. LCLG, Regional Planning Board, Legislator Hughes and Kretzer.
No report.
Okay. Soil and Water, Legislator Correa Timmons. Workforce Development Board, Legislator Kretzer.
We actually are very fortunate to have the Executive Director of the Workforce Development Board, Sylvie Nelson, here today to provide a report, and I would suggest strongly implementing the 5-minute rule for speaker's time.
We'll stretch it for you.
I have to say, that's very welcoming. But because Legislator Kretzer knows that I can go on and on and on, so I think he's doing me a favor. But thank you so much for having me. I think it's been a year since I was here the last time. It's always an honor to come and meet with you, and I appreciate the time that you're making tonight to allow me to give you a huge thank you for allowing us to receive some funding from the Tobacco Settlement Fund that Clinton County has. We received $4,000 specifically to apply to our really great project, Authentic STEM, which I'm going to give that to you very briefly because the countdown is on, but basically Authentic STEM is a great project that we have in partnership with CV Tech, Schluter System, and also with the University of Siegen in Germany, where we are pairing students from the North Country to solve industry problems in partnership with their counterpart in Germany. And so that kind of mimics what companies are dealing with on a global stage. They have to deal with time zones, they have to deal with language barriers, and they have to deal with cultural differences, just like our businesses have to do on a daily basis. It gives them a great opportunity to get to know our businesses. As you know, a lot of times they're behind these nondescript walls, and so nobody really knows the type of magic that goes on behind those walls. So that gives them an opportunity to really get to know what our businesses do and the type of career pathways they offer in our region. And in the meanwhile, it gives them a cultural aspect by working, with students just like them from Germany. So thank you so much. The funding was put forth because we are building a cultural exchange program as part of Authentic STEM, and so we were very fortunate this summer in July to welcome a group of German students who got to work on an Authentic STEM project from Schluter System with their SUNY Plattsburgh Upward Bound Students cohort. So, and then we also included Malone middle schoolers as part of the project last summer. So we've had really 3 groups so far. We're taking a little break right now. We're going to have another cohort start in February of 2023, and we're hoping to bring on more businesses, therefore more problems and more students as well. So thank you, because this funding has really meant quite a bit and allows us to kind of bring forth these type of things that otherwise would not be possible. And then in the meanwhile too, we are presently working on a toolkit so that we can take this model and bring it to other areas in the North Country. And also, we've had interest from, my cohorts in New York State, Texas, Hawaii. It's like we're going global, but we're gonna start first with the North Country and do it right. And so that's what we're doing. We're strategizing on growing the process, the program is successfully. So the other thing I'm going to mention really quickly is that we received a very generous scholarship from a company called Xometry, and they basically put together machining jobs that need to occur with machining shops that can do those jobs. They work all over the U.S. They chose us because of the fact that we have a very great relationship with our Congresswoman Stefanik's office, and we received this scholarship to fund a total of 80 individuals to attend Advanced Manufacturing 1 and 2. Out of Clinton Community College's Institute of Advanced Manufacturing. We at first were like, can we have, it's a cohort of 20 in each of we have up to 4 classes, and we exceeded expectations. We not only have a full class of 20 individuals that started October 17th, we also have a waiting list of 10 individuals for the next cohort in February, and the first cohort that's going on through now will go on to Advanced Manufacturing 2 in February, so we're just going to stack it that way. But it includes tuition, it includes supportive services such as steel boots, computers. If they come from the immediate outside area, it's reimbursement for their mileage or gas. It's if they have to have a babysitter, we worked that out, child care. So those are the type of supportive services that this scholarship allows us to, to give out to these people. So we're very proud of that. And more importantly, we're very proud of also our partnership with Clinton Community College, they were at the table, and the North Country way, we make things happen because of that. So we appreciate all that. So do you have any questions or anything? Josh, am I missing something? Oh, whoops, Legislator Kretzer, sorry.
The only thing I heard is I hear you have a very, very, very difficult staff over there. Is that right?
You know what, I have to tell you, I'm like at my wit's end, but yes. No, we actually, I have to say that we have a great team, the best that we've had. And by the way, tomorrow is going to be my 8th anniversary since I started. I can't believe that time just flies, but we have the best team, and we work well together, and our contractors, our partners in the community, the Chamber of Commerce, TDC, everybody. It allows us to really get things done, and we try to have fun doing it too at the same time, so if possible. But,
Thank you, Ann. Mr.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are these non-conventional students, like people that were in a job and left that job, or did away with it and they're moving to something new, or?
Yeah, so actually, there's some like that, and because this is not public funds, it is privately funded, we can, if you are unhappy in your job, anyone can come in. It doesn't have to be an income situation or lack of education or credentials or skills or whatever. It can be someone who might be interested as they're retiring to do something else, and they can go through that training. So we do have quite a bit of employees from Alstom that are participating in the upskilling. And so that's worked out really well for them. And then we have other individuals from the community who just, like I said, they want to reorient themselves into a career pathway that can bring them, satisfaction and a good living wage and things like that. So, yeah.
Anything further? Thank you, Ann.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Staff reports, Ms. Keller.
I do not have any report for you. As I say, I will not be here at the next legislative meeting, and this is County Attorney Gary Pepper.
Okay. Mr. Zorro.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, a couple of things. We are now have completed our meetings with our department heads for next year's fiscal plan. Kim and I will be working this Friday. Did I tell you that yet, Kim? So inputting all of the recommended changes into the computer. So we are starting to formulate the spending plan, which will be presented to you. So we're in crunch time. If I'm short with anybody, I apologize. And I also would like to request an executive session this evening to discuss the personnel history of a particular county employee.
Very good. I only have one thing to know. I had the opportunity yesterday to go to a couple of polling places. No, I didn't vote in both of them. I voted in one, I visited the other. And then I also had the opportunity to stop in at the Board of Elections here. And they were busy. They had a lot going on. The phone was ringing nonstop, a lot of questions. And they did a very good job. There's still votes to count, as we know, absentee ballots, so that'll go on for a while. But I just wanted to let you know, I'm sure you do know, what a great job the Board of Elections did, but not just the Board of Elections. The polling places, we all know how difficult that is, and the folks that work at them. So they did a good job, and I am sure the legislature will join me in thanking all of them for the work that they did yesterday. And now we'll go to the resolutions. Before voting on the resolutions, I want to note that a majority of the resolutions have been thoroughly discussed by the appropriate committees, and the legislature will be taking action tonight based in large part on the recommendation of those committees. Mr. Zerlo, would you please read the titles of the resolutions to be acted upon?
Certainly. Resolution 807, authorizing Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act funds application and acceptance of social services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 808, authorizing contract with the town of Clinton Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 809, authorizing supervision and treatment services for juveniles planned funds, application and acceptance of social services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Poirier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 810, authorizing contract with the Youth Advocate Program Incorporated, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 811, authorizing contract with Clinton County Mental Health and Addiction Services, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 812, authorizing amendment to the Burial Allowance Policy, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Poirier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 813, authorizing American Rescue Plan Act Adult Protective Services Grant Application and Acceptance, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 814, amending resolution, oh, bear with me on this title, folks. Resolution 814, amending resolution number 14 dated January 12, 2022, titled amending resolution 770 dated December 16, 2022, titled amending resolution number 661 dated November 10, 2020, titled authorizing various contracts for the year 2021, social services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion?
Just that, I made a joke about that, but when they change the rate, we need to pass the amending, we need to amend the resolution, and that's why we have to trigger off the original.
Is there a problem that it says resolution 770 dated December 16th, 2022, which is next month? Should it be 2020 or 2021 or what?
We're just,
Second line of the resolution?
Yeah, you're right.
okay, so we need to accept the motion to amend the
Amend it.
resolution.
Do you offer a motion to amend the date? A motion by legislator Kretzer, second by legislator Hughes. Any discussion on the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Amending the date to December 16, 2022. Is that correct?
2020.
2020.
If you look in the third paragraph, it references dated December 16, 2020.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now back to the original resolution.
Does he have to read it again?
No.
Please,
With the amendment?
can we add Austria's phone as well, just for fun?
Referring to resolutions 814 as amended, any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried, I think.
Resolution 815, authorizing various contracts for the year 2023, social services.
Motion legislator Potiker, second legislator Poirier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 816, authorizing payment of membership dues for the year 2023, social services.
Motion legislator Potiker, second legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 817, authorizing contracts with various foster care facilities for the year 2023, social services.
Motion legislator Potiker, second legislator Kretzer. Discussion?
Just want to, those of you not on social services, this is Children and Family Services. This is, this is our stable of places that we can utilize. This does not necessarily mean we have children in every one of these agencies. If we did, your tax levy would be far higher than it is. But this provides social services the opportunity to find suitable places for, these
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 818, authorizing contracts with various daycare providers for the year 2023, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 819, authorizing daycare registration funds, grant application and acceptance as social service.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, excuse me, second, legislator Pizzato. Discussion. Roll call.
Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 820, authorizing the Child and Family Service Plan, Social Services and Youth Bureau.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 821, authorizing the Municipal Comprehensive Runaway and Homeless Youth Plan, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 822, authorizing Safe Harbor Grant application and acceptance, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Potiker, second, legislator Pizzato. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 823, authorizing contract with Systems Development Group, real property.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Potiker. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 824, authorizing fiscal year 2020 cybersecurity grant program acceptance, information technology.
Motion by the indefatigable legislator Potiker. You've been a busy guy.
That's why I'm tired.
Second, legislator Dennis. Discussion.
Yes, I just want to, we had this discussion in committee. That title, fiscal year 2020, is a reference, is a title of the grant. This is not money associated with 2020.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 825, authorizing contract with the City of Plattsburgh, information technology.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Castine. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 826, authorizing the county treasurer to write off uncollectible weights and measures invoices, weights and measures.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 827, authorizing the county treasurer to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 funds to various accounts, treasurer's office.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 828, authorizing ongoing contract with Munistat Services Incorporated, treasurer's office.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Castine. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 829, authorizing contract with Barton and LaJudas DPC Economic Development.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Pizzato. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 830, awarding bids for snow plowing and removal for various county buildings, purchasing.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 831, awarding bid for snow plowing and removal at the Plattsburgh International Airport, purchasing.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Hall. Discussion.
Just want to remind everybody, at finance, we did not move this resolution to regular session because there was no due diligence on the second vendor there, Snow Systems. The airport director did in fact do the due diligence and received good recommendation on this company. And as such, we re-polled the finance committee, and that's why you're seeing this resolution on tonight's agenda. I immediately, because when I heard that we were doing it, I told him I just gave the legislature a 5-minute speech on why we're not doing this, so you better write me a memo. So,
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 832, amending Resolution 756 dated October 12, 2022, titled amending Resolution 660 dated September 14, 2022, titled authorizing contract amendment with Behavioral Health Services North, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 833, authorizing contract amendment with the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill of Champlain Valley, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes, second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 834, authorizing contract amendment with Rooted Compassion Counseling and Consulting, LLC, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 835, authorizing contract with Chimera Integrations, LLC, Health Department.
Motion, legislator Hughes, second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 836, authorizing annual update to the four-year plan and accepting annual implementation plan, Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Perrier, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 837, authorizing memorandum of understanding with the Clinton County Public Transit, Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Perrier, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 838, authorizing various contracts for the year 2023, Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Perrier, second, legislator Boddicker. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 839, authorizing payment of mandatory minimum data set continuing education fees, nursing home.
Motion, legislator Perrier, second, legislator Brazil. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 840, authorizing various contracts for the year 2023 nursing home.
Motion, legislator Perrier, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion?
Yeah, just in case you're wondering, I will be recommending a full year budget because it's just easier to do than trying to come out with a percentage. And as such, we are recommending contracting as if normal SOP with our vendors at the nursing home. The committee discussed this with Wendy, and obviously there is out clauses in all of our agreements. But to keep everything clean and moving forward in the right directions, the budget will be a scaled down annual budget as well as contracts for all the services we currently provide for the full term, knowing full well that we won't need the full term.
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor? Oh, excuse me. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Roll call. All in favor? Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 841, approving backfill of permanent full-time central services clerk, central stores.
Motion, legislator Hall, second, legislator Castine. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 842, awarding bids for inmate clothing, janitorial supplies, and personal care items for the year 2023 Sheriff's Department.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 843, authorizing contract amendment with the J. Hogan Refrigeration and Mechanical, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 844, authorizing various contracts for the year 2023 probation.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 845, authorizing county pretrial services grant acceptance probation department.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion?
This is a new revenue to the county. Very good news. The state saw fit to enhance pretrial services. And the plan for this money is to use it over a 3-year period to offset Mr. Marcoux' budget.
Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 846, authorizing contract with E.T. Harris and Sons Public Defender.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried, sir? What, carried?
Carried, yes. I jumped ahead.
If you don't say carried, I can't, it's a rope.
You can't move on. This shows you how important my job is.
Resolution 847, authorizing payment of membership dues, public defender.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 848, authorizing contract with Zero Abuse, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 849, authorizing contract with George Huddig, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 850, authorizing memorandum of understanding with Clinton County Mental Health and Addiction, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Perrier? Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 8, sorry. Touche, Chairman. You see, I think you delayed just so you.
I did. I actually said that.
Resolution 851, authorizing contract with Franklin County Department of Social Service, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 852, authorizing contract with the St. Regis Mohawk Tribe, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 853, amending resolution 592 dated August 17, 2022, titled authorizing contract with Northeast Printing and Distribution Company Incorporated, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 854, authorizing contract with Coroner M.E., Coroner's Office.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 855, authorizing contract with Ellis Medicine, Coroner.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 856, authorizing contract with various physicians for autopsy services, Coroner.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 857 has been withdrawn this evening. Resolution 858, authorizing contract with Glens Falls Hospital, Coroner.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 859, authorizing contract with Forensic Medical Services, PC, Coroner.
Motion, legislator Castine, second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 860, authorizing the county treasurer to adjust appropriation and corresponding revenue for various Office for the Aging grants, Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 861, authorizing the county treasurer to decrease appropriation and corresponding revenue for the capital project titled Airport Fuel Farm Facility Project, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 862, authorizing the county treasurer to increase appropriation and corresponding revenue for the highway department, highway.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 863, authorizing the county treasurer to increase appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Clinton County Public Transit Program, Planning Department.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. Roll call.
Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 864, authorizing the county treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Tri-County Special Response Team Program Branch Sheriff's Department.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Castine. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 865, authorizing the county treasurer to decrease appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Safe Harbor Grant, Social Services.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Potiker. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 866, authorizing the county treasurer to increase appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Plattsburgh International Airport Operations Budget, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, legislator Timmons, second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perrier?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 867, congratulating the Clinton County Historical Association on receiving the inaugural Champlain Valley National Heritage Partnership Directors Award, Legislature.
Legislator Hughes, 5-4.
Please.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right. I'd like to entertain a motion to waive rule. Oh, yeah, I gotta go to executive session first, sorry. May I have a motion to go to executive session? Have a motion by legislator Hall, second by legislator Perrier. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We are in executive session. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We are out of executive session. May I have a motion to waive Rule 13.2? Motion by legislator Potiker, second by legislator Bazile. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 868, authorizing the clerk of the Clinton County Legislature to advertise for a public hearing on local law number 1 of 2022 titled, "A local law authorizing the county to hold virtual public meetings according with Chapter 56, Part WW of the laws of 2022, amending Section 103 of the Open Meetings Law." Legislature.
Motion by legislator Henry, second by legislator Hall. Any discussion?
Okay, November 21st, okay.
Did you have a, okay, everybody got a copy? All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried? Anything further to come before the legislature? May I have a motion? May I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by legislator Hughes, second by legislator Hall. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried? We are adjourned.